Let's take you to the story now. The Gauteng MEC for Education, Sport, Arts, Culture and Recreation Matome Chiloane was providing an update today on the 2025 online admissions application period for grade 1 to grade 8 as applications close tomorrow, Monday, the 12th of August. Reporter Mbalenhle Mththewa is standing by with the MEC. So Mbalenhle, some of our takeouts from that media briefing was that there's quite a significant number of incomplete applications, 96,411 to be precise. Take us through the latest conversations there.
Well, before I talk about those incomplete applications, I think what's important for our viewers and for the benefit of parents who are still trying to apply is that the deadline has been extended from the 12th to the 14th. And this after there was a system failure on the 9th and the 10th of August this month, of August, which was last week. And this has then prompted the Department of Education in the province to then extend the deadline. Now, going back to the incomplete applications, now this is going to be a problem at the end of the day, given that, these applications or the parents who have not concluded their applications might not be able to find placement for their children. And we've heard the MEC, Matome Chiloane, urging those parents to conclude their applications as soon as possible, as this has very serious ramifications for the children who are expected to start grade 1 next year or grade 8 next year. Also, another issue that has come up is an issue of capacity, as schools or certain schools are receiving record number of applications, and unfortunately those schools do not have the capacity to admit all the applicants and so on. And this has then, prompted questions around what then happens, as the population continues to grow and there's a need for more schools, in the area. We heard the MEC responding to those questions, but we're just going to speak to him yet again and just talk about, how this round of applications has gone. In your view and in your thoughts, how would you describe this round of applications?
No, it has been quite successful because, number one, there's more parents who have applied now. As I've highlighted, we're sitting at almost 12,000. And if this 96,000 complete, then you can see that we would have gone way above 100,000 extra applications that we had from the previous academic year, which was last year. So, and I think largely the success of it is the seamless and the efficiency of the system. It has been quite easy. Parents have responded positively, and that's why we seem to have more. In fact, we have more applications.
Now, you did say or mention that, this is an indication that residents generally have a sense of confidence in, government schools, and they do tend to prioritize government schools over private schools. But the issue of placements and finding the preferred school is what then pushes them towards applying to private schools. What contingency measures and what measures do you have in place in order to assist South Africans who want their children to go to these schools or government schools, and yet these schools do not have capacity?
Firstly, the first thing that I want to urge the residents of Gauteng is that all our schools are priority schools, all of them. We are improving in all our schools, especially township schools, because most of the parents will find that they apply in historically Model C schools. But if you look at the performance of the schools, the conditions of some of the schools, some township schools are far better than those former Model C schools in terms of learner discipline, etc. So basically what I'm saying is that every school in Gauteng is our priority, and parents should have a trust in every school that we place their children. We can't place a child in a school that we don't know, it's a neglected school. It's a focus, every school will be focused on, we support the school. And more importantly, and what also I know the Premier likes to say this, every teacher, whether they're in private or public, they've been to the same university. So the same quality, you get in that township is the same quality you'll get in this preferred school, and the same quality that you'll get if you decide to go pay at a private school, because the teachers are the same and they come from the same pot.
The complaint from many parents is that they are then denied the choice of choosing which school their child must go to. There have been instances in the past where parents have protested, saying that my child went to, say, Springs Girls High and is now being placed for high school, or rather Salcourt Primary School, and is now being placed at Zimisele High School for high school, and this child has been at an English medium school and is now then being placed in a Zulu medium school where they have not been exposed to that kind of environment, which has been a point of contention among many parents. What do you make of that?
No, we will not place a child at, if they're from an English medium school, and place them at another language. We don't do that. We look at it's like for like. That's the first thing that we always do. So even if, let's say, we don't put your child at Spring Girls, for instance, but the school that we are going to place your child or transfer, it will also be an English medium school. We don't do that. So parents can be assured that those mistakes, if it does happen, maybe erroneously, there's an appeal process, and we're able to correct it at all times. So. But however, what I want to say is that schools in Gauteng, especially the preferred schools, it's just perception. Really, it's not that they are. If you look at what would you tell us as a barometer, you'll find a school that has been preferred doesn't get a 100% metric pass rate. A school that has not been preferred produces 100% metric pass rate and 90% bachelor pass. So in terms of performance, it's just preference. And I want to say to parents, the schools that are placing your learners are schools that we are sorting, and they are good schools, and your child is going to see the same quality education that you expect at your preferred. But we can't talk about that now. We can't cry. We can't be cry foul and doom. It says it's all gloom and doom. You are not going to get your child placed. No, let's wait for that process. That's at an appeal level. For now, parents be rest assured that they've applied and their children will be placed. Now,
based on the information that you are gathering with this online process, because it seems as though this could be used as, a platform for research purposes and so on, what are you then getting in terms of the capacity of schools that are needed in the province in order to ensure that all the learners who do apply using your systems are able to then get placement in a school, a government school, given that you're saying that there's confidence in these schools and people want to go to government schools, however, capacity and the number of available schools are an issue. How many schools would you be able to build within the next 5-year period?
Firstly, Gauteng's population grows every day. Research has showed us that at a minimum, you get 500 to 1,000 people coming into Gauteng every day rather. And those numbers ultimately are putting pressure on the system because they bring their families. So in the next 5 years, we are targeting 100 schools that we'll be building. The schools that we need in the province, if to stabilize the system entirely, it's well above 300.
Thank you so much for your time. There you have it, the MEC for Education, Sports, Arts and Culture and Recreation, giving us an update on the online application process, saying that, it has been a seamless, a smooth process this year and this time around. And many of the technical issues that have existed in the past have now been resolved. For now, it is back to you in studio.
Mbalenhle Mththewa watching that story. Thanks for bringing us that conversation there.